Dear students, today we are going to discuss about the exciting field of electric vehicles, EV. So there are plenty of opportunities in EV sector. We are going to discuss those opportunities. What are the important components in an electric vehicle? Okay, you have all the body, doors, seat, and all that. It's a usual car. There is nothing different. But if you go inside, instead of 3000 odd components in a normal vehicle, the electric will have just a handful of components. We have less than 25 important components in a EV compared to 3000 plus components in a usual automobile. What are the important components in a EV? The most important component in a EV is battery. Battery is the one power source which will supply the power required for driving the vehicle. It stores the electrical energy in the form of chemical storage, be it a lead acid, cadmium battery, or a lithium battery. So after battery, the second most important is electric motor, which is probably a DC motor. In most of the vehicles, there are some AC motors do exist, but most of the time it is a DC motor because the power is drawn from the battery as a DC. So the DC motor and the battery made for each other. So the motor gets the power from the battery, and that gives the propelling power. After that, the third most important point in an electric vehicle is you have completed battery, you have completed electric motor. The third most component is after battery and the motor, charger is the third most important component. Okay, because after a certain distance battery gets drained because of we used the electrical energy in the battery. So we have to charge the battery again. For charging we need that charging infrastructure, charge controller, charging port and all that. So the controller plays a very important role in controlling the temperatures of the battery during charging, how much to charge. It will prevent overcharging. So many other functions the controller will do. Why people are not buying EVs? Okay, many people are not buying EVs. If you see in India, only 5% of the cars are now EV vehicles. Even all the vehicles together, that is close to 5%. 95% vehicles in India are still other than EV. They are petrol, diesel and other things. What do you think is the reason why EV is not able to penetrate the market, why users are not coming forward, even though government is providing a lot of incentives? For example, in Telangana, complete road tax is free. And there is some subsidy too in some of the states. But still, people are finding it difficult to sell an EV compared to an automobile, normal vehicle. Okay. But wherever problems exist, we have opportunities. Problem and opportunity are the two sides of a coin. If you see a problem on the coin, if you turn the coin backwards, there will be opportunity on the other side. So problems are really opportunities at the workplace. So let us understand the problems. Then we will see how these problems can be converted into opportunities as a business opportunity. So we have, what are the problems here? So the problems, a survey was made to people who are buying the EVs. So the problems, what they told is, first is cost. We are very cost conscious society. So the cost of EV vehicle is comparatively higher compared to a normal automobile. For example, you have a Tata Nexon car which is close to 10 lakhs, a normal petrol variant. But same car if you buy as a EV, it is at least 16 lakhs. So 6 lakhs more than the normal car of 10 lakhs. So the main component of the cost is battery. Battery is too costly. So not only that initial cost, after 5 years of use, whether you use it or don't use it, after 5 years of the life, the battery becomes very inefficient. We have to replace the battery. So again, you have to spend 6 lakhs to buy the battery. every 5 years you have to buy new battery. It's very costly affair for any owner. So that's why people are reluctant to buy EVs. The second reason is beta version of vehicle, means most of the automobiles were existing in many years, and so many vehicles were running on the roads. Most of their problems got sorted out. Whereas electric vehicles were new. Lot of many teething problems are there in their induction. We have Wala vehicle. 30,000 Wala vehicles were recalled to replace one component or the other. So that means it is not fully tested or fully mature technology. That's why we are calling it as a beta version of the vehicle. We have a poor infrastructure with respect to charging. If I have to go from here to Vijayawada, we have to stop at least 2 places to charge it, and the charging stations were not many, and they are not compatible with each other. Suppose I have a Ola car and the charging station is Tata. This Ola car cannot be charged in Tata because there is no standardization. So we are facing difficulty in finding a suitable charging stations. And range anxiety means we want to go 500 kilometers. This is capable of giving only 300 kilometers. So we are not sure after driving 300 kilometers you will find a charging station or not. And there are, adding insult to injury, we have a temperature issues. Means the battery consists of so many small cells. Even one cell misbehaves and not charging properly or any other issue, the temperature of the entire cell will increase. And you will see often in the newspaper reports that EV was burned when they parked or putting in the charge in the cellar of a building. And not only that vehicle burned, all adjacent vehicles also burned. So there is a restriction in Hyderabad, many flats. Cellar may don't charge the EVs. Okay, so nobody will be there in the cellar to observe that is catch fire and all. So it's very difficult to get a proper place to even charge in some of the flats. So like this, many problems are there. One other problem people reported is, if everybody switch over to electrical vehicles, then the current demand in Telangana is close to 20,000 megawatt. It will double in 5 years. If everybody switch over to electric vehicles, lot of LCT demand. Government may not be able to supply such a huge increase in the LCT, because it takes anywhere between 5 to 6 years to set up a coal-based power plant, any other power plant. So government may not be able to supply required quantity of LCT 5 years from now, when all people started buying LCT, electric vehicles. We have a worry that whether we are able to supply that LCT. So there is another concern called environmental concern. Means even though EVs were not polluting on the road, but at the end of life, the batteries having very dangerous chemicals, lithium and other things, the heavy metals also there. So they will cause enormous pollution, and any traces of heavy metals found in the human body is can lead to cancer, paralysis, and even children can born with a kind of not fully grown mental condition. This is the maximum negative effect on the EVs. We keep reading in the newspapers and TV channels that one EV got gutted in somewhere in India. So 10 customers will go back. No, let us not buy EV. So this problem need to be solved. So government has started taking steps. Like one step they have taken is, all the chargers, all the batteries must be tested before installation EV, before selling out. They made mandatory testing of these things. So, and some other concern is battery, this EV vehicles were not suitable in very cold places like Kashmir and other places. Let us talk about charging stations. How many charging stations we have? Okay, so we don't have adequate number of charging stations in India. For example, you see, compare between the states, you have a Maharashtra, we have 2,000 plus charging stations available in Maharashtra. But whereas look at Telangana figure, we have only around 400 plus things in Telangana. So lot of charging stations are required to be set up in Telangana and other states, so that many people will come forward to buy the EVs. Enough charging stations were there, people come forward for buying the EVs. First, you have to develop the charging stations. But this is an opportunity for our students and to set up more charging stations in Telangana, other places, earn money. Charging stations setting up is a huge business. If EVs are required in India, yes, we are very hard pressed for inducting EVs into India, because India, if you see, if you list out on the world what are all the most polluted cities, we list out first 30 most polluted cities in the world, 21 cities are in India only. That means our country is most polluted with respect to automobile and air pollution. So EV must be inducted to solve this problem, but EV we are finding other problems to solve. Anyway, we are all engineers. One day we'll solve these problems and we'll fully go for EVs very soon. The EV market is growing very fast rate. You could see year after year, so many vehicles are being sold. To demonstrate this point, let us take sales figure for the last year, 2023 March. I have figures up to March of 2023. So far in India, 23 lakhs 37 and odd electrical vehicles were already sold. So that much population of electrical vehicles are playing on the road. Okay, but you see, what type of vehicles these are? There are mostly two-wheelers. Nearly 50% are two-wheelers. Another 40% are three-wheelers. The autos and the kind of a mini trucks where it is suitable for a EV. Because full night they will put in the charge. Full day they will move in the city to distribute the goods at a very nominal cost, because charging is hardly anything. Only 15% of the cost of diesel is the charging cost. And the figures are very encouraging. If you see in 22, the number of vehicles sold is 4,50,000 vehicles were sold in last year. But look at 2023, 12 lakh vehicles. That means 3 times more vehicles were sold. 300% increase in the number of vehicles sold EV. So fast catching up. Lot of people are buying EVs. But look at our other components like trucks, cars and buses. Buses are very, very low. Only 0.7%, less than 1% are buses. So we need to induct large number of buses. Buses are expensive. But one day there should be some FAME scheme introduced by government to buy. All the state governments can buy buses using this money from the central government. So government is doing its best to do the things, but people are still not coming forward due to other reasons. Which state is buying more electric vehicles? Uttar Pradesh is supposed to be a backward place, but their awareness levels are very high with respect to EVs. 15% of all vehicles sold in India is sold in Uttar Pradesh. Let us look at our Telangana figures. Telangana, we are selling only around 5% of the total vehicles sold in India in Telangana. So we have to catch up with the rest of the India. I expect more EV vehicles to be on the roads in next few years in Telangana. Let us see who is doing good in electric vehicles. Yes, it is Ola Electric, which is selling nearly 20% of the market share. After that, you have Ather Energy, Hero Electric. Hero Electric somehow is lagging, because Hero Electric is a very big company. They have a very huge automobile market, but still they are not able to beat Ola Electric, which is a startup just started 4 years ago. So startup is doing very well compared to a established company. That is the point to note. So even startups can earn money in EV sector and can grow compared to an established company. So 20% of market share is grabbed by Ola. But it is not so 2 years ago. In fact, I took the figures for October 2022. October 22, Ola Electric is just 16,000 vehicles in 1 month they sold. The next company is one more company, Okinaka. They are almost close to Ola, 14,000 plus. So not much difference between even other vehicles for 10,000 or amps and all. Not much difference. They are very close to each other. But in 2023, things have changed and Ola has taken over all this market share. Let us look at the car segment in 22. I don't have figures for 23, but up to 22 September I have, April to 22 September. We have this Tata Motors leading the pack. 15,000 cars were shown by Tata Motors in that period, and the next MG Motors were only 10% of the Tata sales, around 1,500. But this year it is improving. So, what is the funding coming to EV startups? EV startups are getting huge funds. You just declare you are a startup in EV, we are getting tons of funds. So much funding is happening. Who is getting the funding? The not only EV makers are getting, even the component makers, electric motors, batteries, chargers, all are getting funding in EV. So any startup working in the EV area should to get funding. If the business prospects are proven, then you will get tremendous funding. This is 22 figures of August. Last year, they are all very close, tight race. Hero, Electric, Vola, Ampere, they are very, very close to each other. But 23, the Vola Electric has taken over leading position. What is how much revenue they are getting? What is the valuation? You know what is the valuation? Valuation is not sales. Valuation is not turnover. Valuation is a term used in economics to indicate if this company is sold, how much people willing to pay. This is a imaginary figure derived based upon a market economics. For example, Vola Electric, it is indicated 5 billion means each billion is 800 crores. 5 billion US dollars means Vola Electric, if it is sold, people are willing to buy that company at 40,000 crores. That is a market valuation, means how much people are willing to buy. At what price people are willing to buy. That is the estimate. So Vola Electric is, look at this figure, 5 billion US dollars means 40,000 crores is the figure at which people are willing to buy. So now we discuss a lot of problems in electric vehicles. Let us convert these problems into opportunities. So each of the problem, if you can solve one problem, it will become a big business opportunity for you. We discussed the lack of charging stations. So you can set up EV charging stations anywhere in the country and get a lot of business. Batteries have to be recycled. Batteries, there is no good technology to recycle the battery. You develop some technology and improve your battery recycling business. The third is battery swapping. So people are not able to wait in the charging stations for a car or a vehicle to get charged. It takes 3-4 hours to get charged. So instead they are demanding a swapping technology. Means at the petrol bunk you have this battery swapping stations. Means when the car goes there, you have to pull out the old battery and insert a new battery. So the charging is done later. Like cylinder in your home, when the cylinder is over, take out the old cylinder, empty cylinder, give the new cylinder. Simply 1 minute we can change. Similarly, the discharged battery shall be taken and new battery can be fixed in few minutes. So that is a swapping technology. So these are all now business opportunities. There are 21 startups working in EV sector. Even a component manufacturer in the EV sector is making huge income. So battery recycling market is going to be very huge in the future. This is a typical swapping station. You look at two-wheeler is there. Two-wheeler is parked next to a battery swapping station. All the charger batteries are indicated in the picture like a green. There are some holes where battery is not there. The green is not shown in the hole. So that means that battery is taken out for fixing in a two-wheeler. So when the two-wheeler comes to the station, you open the dicky, that top cover of the seat of the two-wheeler, pull out the battery and put it in the empty space, put a new battery in that place. Just this all can happen in 1 minute. So you can keep moving without waiting for the charging time. It's excellent technology. It will solve two problems. One is the people can buy a two-wheeler without battery. That means one-third cost has gone away. For example, you will get a Tata Nexon car. Instead of 16 lakhs, you buy for 10 lakhs without battery. The battery only you hire from the battery suppliers. Need not have to pay any amount. Just hire that battery. Pay whenever charge is over some amount. It is very good opportunity for the business to set up swapping stations. This is about recycling. The spent battery after 5 years or 6 years has to carefully separate all the metals, should not pollute water bodies or landfills. They have to go to a proper recycling factory. All the metals from the battery can be separated and sold like metals. Today the technology is expensive, but very soon we are going to crack that problem. So batteries are going to be recycled. This is heart of any electric vehicle. This is the controller. It's an electronic circuit which controls the speed, when to start, how much time it takes, whether charge is full, how much balance in the battery is there. All this monitors, what is the temperature between the cells. If the EV controller is not working, EV is down. So EV control plays very, very important role in controlling the vehicle as well as the charging. So lot of opportunity for somebody manufacture these controllers. Like this picture we have in IARE. This is nothing but charging stations. When you come to the college, you park in near the charging station. When you attend the college, the vehicle gets charged 4 or 5 hours in that charging station and you can go back. So it is a friendly facility provided by the college for who are encourage people to buy electric vehicles. So a couple of charging stations are there. I have observed too. Some more may be there. So this is an initiative by IARE to provide its users to charge at the college. So with this we close the section 1 on the EV. We will continue in the next section on what are the further opportunities in EV. Thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.